Hello, NeXT community. How's everybody doing out there? Got a couple different projects. So, Rob, I'm hoping this is going to work. So, what I was able to do is I had the WestCap logo, my custom login screen. Working under previous on my Mac M2 Pro Mini, and I had an HDA image which is compatible with the Zulu RP2040 card over on previous, right? And I had created a custom drive to do all my tinkering with the WestCap logo. But in order to bring it to the Zulu RP2040, the formatting's different. And it looks like it is successfully copied, or it has successfully copied everything over. I'm going to be interested to see if it'll actually surf the net too, because it looks like it's got all the net info stuff. That would be really neat. So I may just plug in an Ethernet cable and see if the Mac Mini will just add it to the network, which would be pretty impressive. But what we're looking for here, yeah, it's mounting all the, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's, I set it up as a server, and it's got the local directories, people. Did it mount the net info too? I think it did. Checking for net info, yeah. So you can see over here, it's checking for the net info database. So I may just, for the heck of it, see I've got a little wireless device that I can drop in on the RJ45 over here on the cube. It's got BNC and RJ45. What we're looking for is a WestCap custom login screen. And if that comes up, that means that I have actually gone in and modded the NeXT user interface software. How about that? So after a while, rather than getting screen burn, I also made it's like a screensaver that comes on, and instead of the NeXT Halo TIFF, logo bouncing around the screen, it'll be the WestCap logo, and I think all that's going to be good. So I got a lot of projects going today as usual. I'm going to have to take apart this Apple CD-ROM. It won't accept the disk, and I've got a TurboCube dimension system customer sent. We just got the new caps in over here, so I'll show you that in a bit. It's getting a SCSI doesn't complete error. I think his hard drive's kaput. Now the boards are working great because they've got new caps. I'll probably throw new RAM on that one. Got a color system sitting underneath as well. This is huge. I'm going to log in here real quick. So this is where it gets interesting, because they have a 68030 cube just to make my life easier. And so I've got the floppy controller on the SCSI 2 SD version 5.2 card. I don't have them on the RP2040s. So I am going to have to see if I can build off the Zulu card over to the SCSI 2 card. If it'll let me do that, then I'll be in business, because I can go retro on it. and hopefully then I can Dropbox, where I'm going with this, Dropbox him an image that he can take and copy onto an SD card in New York and pop it into the cube and have it boot. That's going to be cool. Now for theirs, when I do the build disk, I don't think it's going to copy over all the net info stuff, which is fine. I don't want to make it too complicated. But it looks like everything is there. I mean, this is huge. So that's the first time I've created a custom login screen by actually going into the USR lib NeXTSTEP, then modding the login app. And that's a little trickery. I don't think I want to let that one out because I don't want people messing up their NeXT computers. It only took me 30 years to figure it out, so that's going to be nice for me. So I'll probably create a nice NeXTSTEP and OpenStep login panel that'll have my logo and the NeXT logo. As this takes a lot of work, it's how I keep the lights on. So, and with all the apps and everything else, so it takes some time to figure all this out. I'm very excited, though. This was a huge step, and I think Robert's going to be happy. I'm going to send him this one, then I'm going to make an additional video about doing the build disk over to the SCSI 2SD. I'm going to make a video of the Turbo Cube Dimension when I get that thing fired up. In fact, I may just take the SCSI 2SD over there and try it out real quick. That would be interesting as well, because I know that hard drive doesn't work. I got a good working image. I'm just talking off the top of my head. On the original NeXT, it's like a sales CD that Rich Page had given me a while back. He's a vice president of hardware engineering at NeXT. And it's really interesting because it has a data file database of all the NeXT sales, or I guess the more predominant ones, in detail for NeXT hardware in '92. Which is interesting because I don't think anybody outside of NeXT has ever seen this. And I'm just wondering, I think it's going to be okay because it's, now 30 years later. On some of them, it'll probably keep it under the hat. But I know you guys will be excited about that because it gives the customer why they purchased the NeXT and contact names and all kinds of cool stuff that we all have never known. And looking honestly at the database, if this was their total sales, it's understandable now. I see the big picture of why hardware production was shut down in '93. And I can also say this for fact, there's probably no way that given this sales data, and it does list all of the government stuff as well, that they sold anywhere near 50,000 NeXT computers, in my opinion. That's always been the number that's been thrown around. Also found some other interesting information where 76%, it says, of NeXT Cube 68030 owners upgraded to 68040 motherboards. And I'm just wondering if those upgrades were then counted as an additional computer. We may never know, but I thought that was an interesting stat, as well as the planned obsolescence of the optical drive with a 30-day notice. I think that was in 92. And then they also phased out the Philips Phoebe monitor. I was under the assumption that that may have been the second monitor, but actually they went over to the Sony Trinitron, which had a different resolution and refresh rate. Oh, I found all kinds of stuff. It looks like there's source code for certain things, a lot of things that we've never seen before. And I'm going to make a great video of that. So lots of cool stuff coming up. And I hope everybody's enjoying these as much as I'm enjoying tinkering with all this great hardware and software and able to tell the complete story of NeXT. As I say, stay tuned. I hope you all are entertained. More fun stuff to come from the black hole. Peace out. This is Rob Blesson.